job.
Coach, what was Grayson able to do today? Did he do anything foul earlier
Yeah,
today?
he played before practice, so that's been multiple times now. So we'll see. I think everything's been good. Uh, now it's a little bit of rhythm to it too. Um, I think the initial one was November 13th or 15th, and played one game, out one game, back in four. So he's getting there.
Curious when you're watching a 5-on-5, what are you looking at to say, okay, does he do this? Does he explosion?
I mean, Grayson's been through it, Dwayne, so many times. So
I
he
mean,
knows
for you, like,
he knows his body so well. It's his comfort level. Like he's got to feel good to go out there and play at a high level. So he knows his body better than anyone. It's just more of a comfort, conditioning. Obviously, when you're only played 5 games in 2 months. But yeah, we'll see how he responds.
curious is looking at OKC, obviously the last game got out of hand. What do you take from that X and O's wise? Obviously we had guys out. How do you evaluate that?
Yeah, I think even the first games was so long ago, but you try to take something from both games. We know who they are. They have their own identity. We have a certain play style. We both want to take the ball from the other team, so the turnover game will be a big piece. We still got to win the possession game by getting on the glass. And then it comes down to us guarding them and their ability to guard us. One-on-one, they have elite on-ball defenders. Trying to create an advantage as early as we can, but it might not be the first advantage. Then defensively, can we guard them one-on-one with support? Their lineups have changed a little bit, adding Jalen back in. Isaiah Hartenstein's been in and out, so yeah, we're just excited to play him again here where we're playing pretty well. We're getting closer to healthy. Book obviously didn't play the last game, so that's a big piece that we didn't have.
Another follow I had was watching Zamari. Like, I know he's on a two-way, but he's not a two-way player. Like, he's almost coming 4 years. Why do guys, you think, end up in that situation where they're better than being a two-way guy, but they're in that spot right now?
I'm sure he's better than what he was 4 years ago. I'm sure there's been some growth. This is an opportunity here where we may play a little bit different than some other teams. I'm sure he's matured through the years since college. It's a little bit of both. It's always opportunity, growth of him, right timing. It's definitely played with very well, but he's got to continue to do it. Like that's what it's about. Like you're here one day and he's been through it, and you're not the next, and always carrying that chip on your shoulder to get better is a big important piece, which is why he is here and which is why he'll continue to find success.
Jordan. Hey Jordan, Colin had a possession the other night where he got a deep paint touch and made Oso's defender commit from the dunker spot and then dumped it back to Oso. How have you seen that progression of his reads when he gets into the paint progress since you started coaching him?
Yeah, just finding more solutions. Keep the dribble alive, feeling more comfortable playing along the baseline, playing behind the defense. It all starts with his ability to play off the bounce, which is much needed. But just finding those little cracks, trying to keep our advantage alive. Once he picks it up, a lot of times that's when the advantage is negated. So he's just finding new ways to impact us offensively.
Have you seen or heard anything that Steve has kind of helped him with? I mean, I see them working out together all the time. Maybe just tips here and there of how to navigate.
You're saying Steve
Nash?
Yeah, they have a connection. They've had multiple conversations. There's some obvious connection there because of the position. Yeah, we'll take any knowledge we can get from him, the better, and him being around really helps that. They have spent time together, yes.
If you look at the way Oso operates in offense, I think the ability to get downhill is obvious. But with the inverted pick and rolls, how have you seen you all kind of evolve in maybe like the location and the angles that you want to set those at for him to do what he does?
We play a ton of concepts, so it's not a specific angle or spot. We like them all. It's going to continue to evolve. I saw it evolve last year over time. The obvious one is the step up right here on the side of the floor. I think at times that gives you the best spacing and the best ability to get downhill. In the middle of the floor, it's a little bit tighter. And the two screening. He has a connection with Colin that is apparent. He's going to get a connection with Isaiah Livers. I think that's another shooter that can help us there. And then just his aggressiveness starts it all. He wants to be aggressive and get downhill. He felt it last night. You can feel his force. The more he does it, the more he handles the basketball, the more opportunities he'll get to get inverted pick and rolls.
Did you spend any time with Kobe?
Myself?
Yeah.
No.
Because Dylan credited Kobe for the way he operates out of the post and the footwork and the movement patterns and everything. Because most players don't use that now, it's more three in the rim. There's a few guys that have that to their game. How do you see that be like a calming presence and like another way for you to put pressure on the opponent?
Yeah, just another game plan nugget that we're able to give to the opponent. Matchup based, timing based, our personnel based. Give Dylan a ton of credit for the amount of work that he's put in to put himself in a position that he can score efficiently at multiple levels. And he's been an advantage creator for us. And I'm not sure we all anticipated that coming into the season. And that's a credit to the work he's put in. I think it's been multiple years, obviously. But he creates advantages for us. He puts a pressure on the defense that is unique, that we don't totally have outside of Book. And now how we use that and when we use it, we're still figuring all that piece out. But we feel good when he gets to a spot that's an efficient shot and worthwhile for our offense.
Last one for you. I know this last year with Cleveland, using the bigs to pop off the screen and then play to the second side, just get a flow going. With that part with Mark especially, it feels like there's a connection established with Devin and screen handoffs and things like that. How are you seeing that second side element of your offense start to be an advantage for you?
Yeah, that is something I go back and forth on. You want your rim roller to put pressure on it. Right now, it's been called a lot of times to get to the second side. I think as we add playmakers, with Jalen and Grayson coming back, we'll see a little bit more. It's a coverage dependent too. If they want to be back and drop, that's another opportunity to get to the second side. We still want to put pressure with the 5-man, but right now we are trying some stuff to get into the second side. And then what it usually does is it opens up a roll for Mark or a lob threat. So we've messed around a little bit with it. We'll continue to try to dabble into it. It's easier with Oso, obviously, but with Mark, that's a piece. We've talked to him, develop on the perimeter. That's the way the game is moving. Not only just shooting, it's handling, being comfortable with the basketball on the perimeter and in the pocket. And he's taking steps, but we're going to continue to push him because that's where it's going. You need a pressure release at times through the 5.
A little bit off topic, but I'm just curious, did you ever, maybe a few years ago, buy into the narrative that was going around where everyone's playing the same in the NBA and it's becoming too homogenous in threes and layups?
I think the shot profiles are probably homogenous. I think it's an intelligent way of looking at the game. I do fight the narrative that everyone plays the same. I think what you find now, I have only been in for 15 years, but I'd say prior to that, it was more coach dependent on the system, and now it's superstar or best player creates the system. But how we defend OKC to compare it to Sacramento or Houston are completely different, or the Lakers, completely different, or Cleveland. So to think that everyone plays the same is completely inaccurate. Again, the systems are based on the superstars, in my opinion, now. And 15, 20 years on, I'm not sure that was the case. I think it was more coach dependent, and now it's player specific.
That's what I asked, because I feel like this year especially, you have mid-range specialist teams, you have teams that hunt threes, and teams that just want to run. I feel like this year.
Well, I think it's based on personnel. Sacramento's is based on personnel, and OKC's is based on personnel. They're gonna space us tomorrow night with 5 guys on the perimeter that can shoot. Those driving gaps look different, so it's based on their personnel.
Coach, I just had one other thing. Tactical. How do you feel like his offense will change once he gets in?
Yeah, we'll have to see. You know, it's a blessing. You know, it's a positive sign that we've seen him develop over the course of the season. But now we have another weapon by adding more personnel. But also, what he does is unique to what Grayson and Jalen do. So it's almost like more tools in the toolbox to see what we can do offensively, just to make us more dynamic.
Is it more in getting his post up? Is it better in flow, or is it better for you to? Okay, we're going to design something to get it.
I think it's a little bit of both. You know, the freedom to duck in a guy when he has a matchup early in the possession. We actually just talked through it today. Him and Book both. But at the end of the clock, if it's 5-on-5, you still need to create an advantage. He's still able to do it, and he doesn't need a screen. So that's a positive thing for us. Good. Thank you.
Thanks, man.